The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News with Jasmine Irujak.
In this edition, Albanese to take on rugged Kokoda track, Maru challenges people of Lihir, and all fire stations to be modernized.
A Chinese delegation led by the Chinese Minister for Foreign Affairs flew into Port Moresby yesterday and signed 5 different agreements in different areas of trade and cooperation ahead of the scheduled visit by the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese tomorrow to walk the Kokoda track to mark the Anzac Day. The agreements signed included cooperation in the field of ICT and an agreement to give market access to coffee and cocoa farmers to the Chinese markets, among others. Prime Minister James Marape met with the Chinese Foreign Minister this morning and said PNG's relationship with China has always focused on trade.
Other agreements signed in the visit yesterday include a funding of 1 million kina to speed up feasibility studies on free trade between China and PNG and a $1.1 million funding for disaster relief in the country.
Will give market access for our coffee and cocoa farmers that will further create employment and income generating opportunities for our people. This is a huge success, Minister. This will allow 80% of our population that live off the land of the farmers, self-reliant, the opportunity now to access one of the biggest markets in the world. And we appreciate this MOU.
In acknowledging these agreements and funding support, Tachenko reassured China of the importance PNG places on the PNG-China bilateral relations.
Importantly, I want to take this opportunity to reassure as well the Foreign Minister, Wang Yi, of Papua New Guinea's support to the One China policy. I want to reassure Foreign Minister of the importance PNG places its bilateral relationship with China.
Prime Minister James Marape, in a separate media conference this morning following a breakfast meeting with the Chinese Foreign Minister, again set a record straight on PNG's relations with China, which he says is focused on trade.
China understands especially our aspect of relationship we want with them, and that is the economic space and the economic conduit. We give them full assurance that our relationship with them and our relationship elsewhere will not compromise our relationship elsewhere, our relationship with them. So we relate to China deeply from an economic perspective.
He said there is a huge trading balance between the two countries, with PNG exporting twice as much goods to China as it imports, and China remains a big trading partner for PNG. With the MOU signed to sell unroasted coffee and cocoa beans to Chinese markets, he welcomed this news and challenged PNG farmers to meet the demand. Marape was happy with the outcome of the meeting. Meantime, the Premier of China has accepted an invite by the government to be part of the 50th Independence Anniversary celebrations next year. Ruth Rungola, TVWAN News.
With the Chinese Foreign Affairs Minister leaving today, the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese arrives tomorrow in PNG to walk the Kokoda track. Prime Minister James Marape says the country is ready to welcome him, citing the coincidence of the visits by Chinese Foreign Minister and Australian Prime Minister, and said PNG was blessed to have both in the country at the same time.
Prime Minister James Marape says PNG is lucky to have 2 high-profile visits back-to-back.
The trip where Prime Minister Albanese is taking doesn't coincide with the foreign minister's visit, Chinese foreign minister's visit, 2 totally separate planned visits at their own timing. And they didn't plan to be back-to-back visits, but PNG is blessed to have two big leaders, one head of government, another foreign minister of the biggest nation on planet Earth.
He said PNG respects the relationship it has with Australia, and while this visit was planned to be a low-key one, the country will give the Australian Prime Minister the recognition it deserves by elevating this visit to a high-profile one, and will host Albanese at the State Function Room when he arrives.
On our side, giving respect to, again, the Australians' importance to us, and the fact that he brings the Honourable Anthony Albanese brings the Office of Prime Minister with him. We've elevated that visit to state visit.
Albanese takes on the rugged Kokoda track to mark the Anzac Day, and Marape will join him. The trekking starts from the Oro side.
And I will walk with him until he stops. I will also stop when he stops. Out of respect for our own relationship, he represents the Australian people, I represent the PNG people.
Albanese arrives tomorrow, stays in Kokoda and returns on Thursday, and Marape is happy to join Albanese on this walk. Ruth Rungula, TVWAN News.
Minister for International Trade and Investment Richard Maru, when officially launching the Lihir Investment Fund, or LIF, in Lihir, New Island Province on Thursday, the 18th of April, challenged the current generation of Lihir to think of the next generation post-mine closure.
Last week, the Lihir Investment Fund was launched. Minister Maru at the launch expressed his fear of Lihir following the steps of the Misima mine. Maru said unless the landowners, the people of Lihir and the local member and the provincial government think about the future of Lihir and do something about it. Minister Maru provided the statistics of Lihir Island, saying it currently has a population of about 60,000, with half the population being children, 10,000 in formal employment directly with the gold mine or with companies that are involved with the mine, and about 20,000 unemployed. Minister Maru told the people of Lihir that there was a window of opportunity for them to do something today, with well over 20 years left of the mine. Minister Maru further encouraged the board and management of MRL Funds Limited to grow the capital to take advantage of the investment opportunities in Papua New Guinea. MRL Funds, who under their management, the assets of the Lihir's Equity Trust have grown from 430 million kina in 2006 to almost 700 million kina as at March 2023. Maricela Kelleton, TV1 News.
Mission Aviation Fellowship, or MAF, is exploring options to bring help, hope and healing to the autonomous region of Bougainville. Church and government leaders of Arab reached out to MAF for aviation services due to the challenges posed by isolation, and urged MAF to consider returning to a region where it last flew aircraft in 1975. In a recent feasibility trip to Arab, the data collected by MAF confirmed that there is a need for their presence in Arab for the church, health and education purposes for supporting communication and technical solutions. MAF shared that it could take a longer process to complete the planning and regulatory steps necessary to operate. With poor road links from outlying areas to the capital Buka, often made worse by flooding, it can take 7 to 8 hours to reach the nearest hospital. With patients hardly making it on time to health centers, MAF's aviation services are needed. According to MAF International's Director of Strategic Development, Stephen Charlesworth, MAF is regularly monitoring and evaluating its aviation technology operations, seeking to ensure that resources are allocated to maximize impact. The feasibility study in Arab is part of their process. MAF uses aircraft and other technology to enable access to remote locations, facilitating community development and enabling critical needs to be met. Furthermore, MAF Technologies General Manager Brian Matthews is assuring that MAF has seen the needs in Arab and had been providing support through technology training and Bible distributions. With a troubled history, Arab is still emerging from a brutal civil war, secessionist conflict that ran from 1988 to 1997. A peace agreement was brokered in 2000, and after an overwhelming vote for independence in 2019, Bougainville is still working towards independence sometime between 2025 and 2027. The organization has been carefully considering the feasibility study and examining how the organization could serve Arab. Minister of Defense Dr. Billy Joseph wants to modernize the Papua New Guinea Fire Service to meet the evolving fire safety and emergency needs of the country.
In a statement released dated Saturday, 20 April 2024, the Minister Billy Joseph, who is also responsible for the PNG Fire Service, outlined the several priorities and strategies necessary to create a modern fire service. This include modernizing all fire stations, fire engines, and standard operations to meet Queensland standards and retire old and dysfunctional fire engines, and formulating MOUs with all provincial governments, National Capital District Commission, and city authorities, among others. The minister said the government recognizes the importance of the PNG Fire Service towards nation building, hence supporting the modernization of this important institution of state would be crucial area of long-term focus for the government. He expressed concern that the fire service is an important state-run service that the government pays little attention to until disaster strikes. The minister noted that PNG Fire Service suffers from understaffing, underfunding, lack of basic firefighting equipment and fire engines. Under these conditions, the minister stressed that the PNG Fire Service is struggling to keep citizens, properties and businesses safe against fire disasters and emergencies. As Minister, Dr. Billy says he would like to see the PNG Fire Service enter into a new era, delivering more resources, more personnel, and better focused and aligned services for the country. Dr. Billy says he is committed to this vision. Maricela Kelleton, TVWAN News.
TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical karu, get up a big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyam Yumi.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Superstition ain't the way.
Thanks for staying with us. Turning overseas after stalling for months, a long-awaited aid package to support Ukraine's ongoing war efforts has finally passed the United States House of Representatives. It includes more than $60 billion or $94 billion in aid for Ukraine as it struggles to fight off two-year Russian invasion. Aid for Israel and U.S. allies in the Indo-Pacific, including Taiwan, has also been approved. Ukraine has long called for more support, saying it's running out of air defense systems. But the bill had been stuck for months. The House is controlled by Republicans who refused to approve more foreign aid unless a deal was struck on border security. Some Republicans were also concerned about rising national debt. Locals in Bondi are marking a week since the deadly stabbing rampage that claimed 6 lives. While businesses are beginning to return to normal, there are hopes more can be done to prevent mental health-related attacks.
A particularly gloomy Saturday at Westfield Bondi Junction. The first day of weekend trade since 6 people were murdered inside.
I think it's a little bit quiet, but I've just noticed the feeling is different. It's sombre.
Some have a personal connection to the tragedy.
One of the victims is actually my husband's cousin. It's the 7th day, you know, the Chinese here. So, yeah, that's why I try just to pay the respect.
Retailers have asked for sensitivity with staff.
It's best to describe the mood at Bondi Junction to be quite sombre, and of course traffic has been down, which would be expected given the circumstances.
While the community here in Bondi begins to heal, questions are being asked about whether more mental health support is needed to help prevent tragedies like this. The government says it's open to making changes.
We have to answer the question over time as to whether that money's going in the right areas and it's being spent most effectively. I need to do that with evidence, and I'm confident that coronial inquiry will help direct the government's policy changes.
Experts say the man who carried out Saturday's stabbing may have fallen through the cracks of the system.
A lot of people with those very severe, lifelong mental health conditions like psychotic disorders, if they're not on the NDIS, they are falling between the gaps.
A candlelight vigil for the victims is set to take place at Bondi Beach on Sunday night.
New data shows it's taken Queensland's Forensic Lab close to 18 months to retest just 2% of the more than 40,000 cases caught up in the DNA lab scandal. There are calls to shut down the lab of the center of the disaster, but the government says that would only further exacerbate delays.
Close to 10,000 victims of major crimes could have had crucial DNA evidence missed by Queensland's DNA lab.
It could mean that innocent people are in jail, murderers and rapists could be walking the streets. It means that families may not have had the chance to bury loved ones.
For 15 years, Queensland's Forensic Lab used an automated method which didn't harvest the maximum amount of DNA from samples. The issue, which has been the subject of 2 inquiries, brought into question the validity of findings in 41,000 major crime cases dating back to 2007.
This is one of the greatest failings in modern judiciary history in the world.
The Health Minister admits just 440 cases had been retested so far. That's only 2% of the enormous backlog. Crucially, 23% of those have returned new DNA where there was none before. The lab's new manager is defending its progress.
We are currently prioritising active cases before the courts.
She says it will get faster going forward with recruitment and outsourcing well underway, but she wouldn't commit to a time frame.
It's hard to put a figure on that number, to be honest.
Whistleblower Dr Kirsty Wright has called for the lab to be temporarily shut down and the huge backlog to be outsourced. She says putting scientists under pressure increases the risk of errors, and that's what got the lab into trouble in the first place. But that call to shut down has been shut down by the government.
It doesn't make any sense to take the core laboratory and shut it down. How is that going to help get through testing any quicker?
And that ends the news segment. Stay tuned. Sports is next.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame oil, winning taste.
Harimol kata rice lovers, mi plaka 300,000 kina scale school money long win him. Sans belong you win him 1,000 kina. 300 per lucky line by winning inside long 4 plus fortnight. Sans belong you win a big plus thread. By 1 kg he going up 20 kg scale or ori rice. Cut him this stamp na put him inside long envelope and the full name na contact details long you. Na drop him inside long entry box long store. Promotion by Pinis long March 29, 2024. Hurry up na win big plus 1 scale na ori rice. Piani mi long social media long save mo. Terms na conditionista.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Welcome back. The SPPNG Hunters' hopes of claiming victory on home soil in Port Moresby was short-lived as they fell short by 39-20 drubbing by a solid Dolphins outfit yesterday in round 6 of the QRL Host Plus season. Backed by a vocal home crowd at the National Football Stadium, the Hunters ran in with much confidence, delivering a good set play in the first half to lead 14-12 at halftime. In the second half, the Dolphins regrouped to fire back running rings around the Hunters' attack to claim victory at the end of the 80th minute. Here are the highlights.
Up here, it's a try. Dolphins defense on the backfield at the moment. Mavoko now, what's the option? He's heading for the line now. Set restart, but Mavoko is claiming a try. The referee says, yes, sir. Finley, they work it quickly across the park. This should be a try. Tauloi over for try number 2.
Well done, young man.
Again. Pet now, quick play the ball. Joshua Lau is over the line, has he? The referee's having a look.
He's going to point to the spot here. I think he scored.
Yeah, it's try time again. Which way they go? They go back the other way, towards the right. James gets the ball away, finds the fullback, kicks through. Jason's coming through. And Namambo is claiming a try here. Hunters looking for options. They go long inside ball.
He's through.
He's over. Sonny Wabo.
Here they come now to Bailey. Bailey barges through. Bailey reaches over and Bailey scores. Great try for the captain.
A try to number 10.
A bit ginger and a bit crook after that tackle. James, they're linking up well. TVWAN now. He's got space on the outside. Namundo, is he going to go all the way? Gets the ball back inside. Wow. This is a great try to the Dolphins.
James getting ready. And then kicks back on the inside, a banana kick if you like. But Tama, what a pass. My goodness. Almost resulting in a try there, but hang on. What's the referee's call here? This could be a try. There it is.
Stigwell, good footwork.
Right through.
Can he go all the way?
Got a full back to beat.
Oh, untouched. What a great try.
Way.
Comes out to James. What's he going to do? Shapes go straight.
Oh.
Good pass back in on the inside.
My goodness, how did he do that?
And Graham scores the second try this afternoon. The Dolphins. He's causing havoc. Wolf now. Ball comes deep to James. Lands it up for the field goal. Cherry on the top.
Pepsi Money Plus Capital Rugby Union has completed its pre-season games today and expect to begin its proper season next weekend, the 27th of April.
The Pepsi Money Plus Capital Rugby Union pre-season tournament started 2 weeks ago has attracted sizable crowds to Bava Park, Port Moresby, in what is already shaping up to be a promising year for the 2024 competition. President of Capital Rugby Union Corey Chen said he is anticipating the 2024 competition to reach all new level following a successful 2023 competition where all teams played well and put the competition on notice to corporate companies and interested individuals. While remain optimistic for this season, Chen confirmed that Defence Rugby Union team will not be participating in the competition. The Corner Sharks will be the new team running out this season. He further said he wants the CRU competition to grow and reach new heights in the 2024. He said he would only achieve this with the help of the participating clubs, the corporate sponsors and the passionate fans. The pre-season sevens tournament is completed today, ahead of the proper season opener which begins on the 27th of April. The pre-season tournament comprises 3 divisions: Open Men's, Open Women's and Under-20s. The season proper will also have teams participating in the same 3 divisions. Chen expects all participating teams to lead Bava Park on 27th April when the CRU 2024 season returns to the pitch for another exciting rugby year. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
And now the regional forecast. Southern Port Moresby partly cloudy with possible few showers. Momase, Ley partly cloudy, mostly fine. New Guinea Islands, Kimbe and Buka partly cloudy with possible few showers. Highlands, Mount Hagen partly cloudy. And that wraps up the news tonight. Have a top week ahead. Bye now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.